Hi friends, we are here to talk about another tool today, and today's tool is called the empathy tool. It has a picture of a level and it says, I care for others, I care for myself. And I know that we've talked about listening before with your eyes, your ears, and your heart. And empathy has a lot to do with listening with your heart and connecting with somebody else to better understand them. So you may be thinking, what is empathy, right? Empathy is kind of this big fancy adult word that sounds like it's really complicated, but it's actually not. So empathy means that you are taking time to connect with someone else and really listen to them with your eyes, ears, and heart to help support them, connect with them, understand them, so that whatever they are going through, that maybe you can help them to have a little bit of a better day. And I know that some adults sometimes say this saying, think about what it feels like to be in their shoes. And that's also what having empathy is. It's really trying to understand why someone might be having big feelings and thinking about what that might feel like or what it has felt like before when you've had a similar situation. So it's not just thinking to yourself, oh, well, they must be going through a hard time, that's sad, and then moving on. You actually take time to imagine, hey, I wonder what it really feels like. If I was that person, I wonder what I would feel like. So you're going to have a deeper connection and understanding when you're using empathy. And I know you guys saw the picture of the level on the tool. So a level's job when builders are building is to keep things balanced, because we wouldn't want a crooked building, right? That would be a little bit hard to work in. So on one side of the tool, it says, I care for others, right? And if we are always just caring about other people and we're not taking time to care about ourselves and our own feelings and understand what we're going through, then are things balanced? No, they're not very balanced. Same on the other side. If we just care about ourselves, we don't connect or understand or want to understand anybody else, are things balanced? No. So in order to keep our world and our community balanced, it's important that we are taking care of ourselves and our own emotions, but we're also thinking about what it feels like to be somebody else that's maybe having a hard time and going to those extra steps to go ahead and help that person. So empathy has two basic steps that we're going to practice today. The first step is thinking about how it feels to be that person. So if, say, today you had a friend call you and tell you that their video game broke, what you would do if you have empathy, you wouldn't just say, oh, I'm sorry, that's sad, and move on. You would think to yourself, wow, I wonder what it feels like to be them. I know that was their favorite video game, and now it's broken, they can't play it. How do they feel? That's step one. And knowing you guys, you probably come up with all kinds of feelings that they may have. Maybe disappointment, maybe sad, maybe even a little bit angry or frustrated, right? And then when you've connected with that and you think about how it feels to be your friend, you can go to step two, which is thinking about, how can I help them to maybe make their day better? Because it's not our job to make everybody happy, and there are sad parts in life where it's okay to feel those feelings of sadness and sit with that sadness, but it always feels a little bit nicer when we're having big feelings like sadness or anger to know that we have a friend that cares about us and that thinks our feelings matter, right? So if this was your situation, your friend calls you today and their video game broke and they're very upset, you've used your empathy and you're thinking about how it feels to be them, what could you do to maybe change their day or make it better? So just take a second to think about that. I know for me, maybe I would help that friend figure out if there's a way to fix it. Maybe I would help that friend think of ways they could start saving their money to buy a new one, right? Maybe if I had that video game, I could tell them that they could borrow it and I could share. So even those just few little things might just change the day of your friend, because you chose to have empathy. You thought about how they were feeling, you gave their feelings some special attention, and then you went ahead and you thought of some ideas to get them through that situation. And sometimes, even if, say, none of those things could happen, even if you said, wow, you must be feeling really upset. Is there anything I can do to make your day better? Sometimes just hearing that could mean the world to somebody. So what I want you to do as you go through this week, I know that we all have many big feeling moments. All of our feelings are part of just being a human being. I want us to really go ahead and take those extra empathy steps as we're going throughout our week. So I want you to make sure that you're checking in with both yourself and then also taking time to have empathy and checking in with your friends and your family members that may be having big feelings. And remember, so step 1, thinking about how it feels to be them and what maybe it would feel like if it was you in their shoes. And then number 2, thinking about how can you go that extra step to help that person maybe change their day around or just let them know that they have a good friend that cares. So good luck practicing your tools, and I will see you next time.